Sitting down, I get to sit down too. I'm going to steal this, Brian, if I could. There. Wow. A couple weeks ago, we were in Costa Rica. We sent some pictures back for that Sunday morning. And welcome to those who are joining us now streaming. We started the streaming just about this time in our service, so welcome. But we sent some pictures back from Costa Rica. At that time, we were just getting situated into the country. One of the things that God taught us is that our schedule is not His schedule. And He does things in His own time, in His own way. We were with some wonderful people, some great Christians who were just so humble and just loved God with all their heart. And that just rubbed off on us. That was incredible. We're all set to, there are some rescue bags back there, parents. If you need a rescue bag, Teresa put some bags back there for kind of coloring and stuff like that. So feel free to send a child back to grab one if you need it. When we were planning the trip to Costa Rica, you start with a dream and you think, how's this going to work? And then you wonder if maybe it will come together or fall apart, or who should go, who shouldn't go. And then God just kind of works all those things together and brings it about in a tremendously good way. The cost, the cost of a trip like this is a lot. The airfare, and I'm impressed that God knew exactly what He was doing. Take a wild guess. See if you can guess. See who can guess the closest to how much money was left over after the trip. No, it wasn't zero. $1.50. Man, you are so close. You dropped a zero, or two zeros. It was $150. Isn't that incredible? You spend $15,000 and you have $150 left over. I wonder what that was for. I wonder what we forgot to do with that $150. I don't know. But it's incredible that God just supplied the needs and so on. So I'm going to just flip through a couple of pictures here. Grady, could you give me that first one right after the offering there, whatever that is? Oops, not that one. The slide, the picture. You were on the picture. Yeah, is that the first one? So this is the team that went, and they're going to be up here on the platform in a few minutes. But I was so impressed with each one. God brought each one along for a special purpose, and each one fit in and God brought them there for a reason, and I know that, and I see just part of what He was doing. Go to the next slide, if you would. Nathan and Ellie. Now we all know Daniel, who was here for 2 years with the Coast Guard. He jumped in with the soundboard, and he helped everywhere. He helped with our youth group. And it was through him that we met Nathan, his brother. This is his brother. If you want to know who Nathan is, if you know Daniel, you kind of know Nathan. In some ways, Daniel is Nathan on steroids. In some ways, Nathan is Daniel on steroids. And I'm not sure which way that goes, but we just fell in love with Nathan and his wife. We were able to give them a baby shower surprise. Ellie had no idea, even up to the time the kids were bringing food into the room, and she didn't have a clue what was going on until she stepped in and saw all the decorations, and she just broke down and cried that someone would love her that much. And so it was exciting just to be able to minister to them as we were there. One of the things that we did as a team. Is there any more pictures there? Is that about it? Oh yeah. Yeah, this is just a group picture. And we're going to have more pictures as we go through. But one of the things that we did as a team was talk together about who God is. Because a mission trip like this isn't about going to do something. It's about God doing something in our hearts. And that's what we were praying for. I was praying for that God would do something in each of our hearts. Not just the teens. We had 5 adults, 6 teens that went. Not 16, 6 teens. We were praying that God would do something in our hearts. That we would get to know God. And that was Nathan's prayer as we went. Nathan's prayer was that we would get to know God. Nathan is so much just interested in letting people know about his God. He was so excited. He found somebody on the street, and then he comes back to the van. Anybody got something we can give to this guy to show him God's love? Because he was just excited about sharing God's love with those around him. That's a contagious thing. But why did God choose to put Nathan there? Pray for Nathan and his wife. They're struggling right now. They're kind of in limbo between ministries, not sure exactly what God has for them. The vision that they had for working in Costa Rica seems to have changed beyond what they understand it is, and so they feel kind of lost and homeless maybe. And truly they are homeless. You know, she's expecting a baby here in just a few weeks, but they're living in a guest house, and it's super hot. It's right in the sun, the tropical sun, and not sure exactly why God moved them from where they thought He was leading them to a place, and they don't know why they're there. That's hard. That's a hard place to be. So pray for Nathan and his wife, especially in this time when they welcome the new little one into the world. But God always knows what He's doing. We looked through Isaiah, and I'd like you to look in Isaiah with me real quick this morning. Isaiah chapter 6. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord sitting on His throne, high and lifted up, and His train, the train of His robe filled the temple. I wonder why Isaiah got this vision and no one else. You ever wonder that? Now, he wrote it down for us, so we get to participate. But no one else in Isaiah's day got to participate. This was just for Isaiah. Sometimes God does that. I think usually God does that. When you're in the Word and God is working in your heart, God is interested in you personally. God wants, He has something just for you. And no one else can share in that. And Isaiah here, he thought he was doing what God wanted him to do, and things were going along well, and God says, excuse me, Isaiah, I'm going to interrupt your life because I have a different direction I want you to go. I have different priorities for your life. Isaiah, you are my servant. You are mine. And I have the right to dictate what happens in your life. And so, Isaiah, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. But first of all, I want you to know who I am. And that's always an exciting thing. It's a terrifying thing. The more you get to know of God, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, right? And as I start to know God, there is a fear involved. You know, we're dealing with the creator of the universe. We're dealing with the one who created you. We're dealing with the one who controls every circumstance of your life. Did you know that? God controls every circumstance, every good thing, every bad thing that's ever happened. God is in control. It's worth being afraid in the presence of that. And so God gave Isaiah a vision, and He said, I want you to see how great I am. And Isaiah saw the cherubim, or the seraphim, and the wings, the 6 wings, and they were flying. With 2 they covered their face, and 2 they covered their feet. And he said, and they were crying out, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is filled with His glory," verse 3 says. And then he gets down to verse 8, or verse 5, and he says, "Woe is me. I'm in trouble. Because I sin. And my heart isn't right. My heart's bad. My heart's in bad shape." And God says, "I specialize in fixing things that are broken. My job," God says, "is to restore." And He sends the angel over, and he takes a coal from the fire, and he brings it back to Isaiah, and he says, "Here, I am going to take care of your sin. I am going to restore you." David prayed, "Oh God, restore my soul." He said, "Restore to me the joy of my salvation," because I had lost that. And he says, "Oh God, just restore my soul." He leads me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Psalm 23, we skip over that "restore my soul" so quickly. And I think that's really part of the key, probably the key to that whole passage. God restores that which is broken. God restores the broken heart. He heals. He mends. He makes it new. He doesn't just say, "Well, I'm going to take that old stuff and stick it back together like some kind of mad scientist and see if I can make it work somehow." He says, "No, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of new pieces. I'm going to give you new pieces in that heart, that broken heart. I'm not going to discard who you are, but I'm going to add to it. I'm going to add my grace. I'm going to add my goodness. I'm going to add my greatness to your life. And you just watch and see what God can't do with your life." That's what Isaiah had to see. He had to see that God was big enough to do whatever He wanted. And Isaiah says, "Wow." And then he hears a voice, verse 8. "Whom will I send? And who will go for us?" Well, Isaiah could have said, "I got a brother named Aaron. He can go." Yeah. I got someone else. I got someone else in mind for you, God. I got just the person. Now, here am I. Samuel said that, didn't he? Eli says to Samuel, "That's the voice of God you're listening to, son. Just go in there and says, 'Speak, Lord, your servant hears.' And whatever he says, Eli, God doesn't like the way you're taking care of your family. He says He's going to take the priesthood away from you, and your sons are not going to." And that's the message God gave me, Eli. Wasn't a fun message for a little boy to give to his mentor. Isaiah didn't have a really fun job. Go talk to a whole bunch of people who really don't want you to talk to them. And they're not going to like you. And, he probably showed up in the Hall of Fame in Hebrews as a split personality. It's on in 2. They're not going to like you. But if you know who I am, Isaiah, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. One of the things we did when we were in Costa Rica was worship. They have a time every Monday morning when all the staff get together. They just worship. Just a time of worship, singing, praying, praising God. And it was awesome, just to sit there and enjoy that time. A couple guys on guitars, boombox, just not the boombox, but the little thing you tap, whatever it is. Drums, whatever you call it. Anyway, but the worship was just awesome. And it touched my heart, and touched several of the team's heart. And that was one of the things that we went, when we talked about at the end of the trip, what was it that touched you? One of the people said, that time of worship together was just really awesome. We can't reproduce that today, but we do want to sing one of the songs that with you that we sang. So I'm going to ask the team, you guys will kind of slide up this way and grab a chair as quick as you can, and we're going to sing that song. You're going to sing with us, but we're not going to stand up today because this is not us leading you. This is us being connected with our God. And so just sing along with us as we sing the goodness of God. Now, I know most of you know this song, even though we haven't sung it here in church, but yeah, you get the tall one. Hey, I told you could have saved a seat. You could have saved it.
I don't want it.
Oh, you got microphones too. Look at that. But just a time of worship, and so let's just start by singing the goodness of God. I think the words are on there. I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All my days I've held in your hand. The moment that I wake up, till the day when I will see the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. Every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love you, Lord. You have led me through the fire, darkest night. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. I have lived in the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. Every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. My heart laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. My life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. Every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God. We had a lot of fun ministering together, didn't we? We started off with that Sunday school, remember that? And all those kids. And I remember after you guys sang the song and we're trying to figure out we're trying to just figure out the order of what we're going to be doing next. And all of a sudden I get a message that says, in 7 minutes we're leaving. So I walked over to David and I said, we got 7 minutes. What are we going to do? A song? No, they want the craft. Okay, so we're going to do the craft in 7 minutes. All right, we tried. It was kind of disaster, but it worked. It was fun. Black beads didn't fit on the bracelets and all that. We didn't have time to explain the wordless books, but at least we got them there. But the time we had with those kids was precious. And then we had other ministry opportunities too. Grady, you remember that Sunday night when we, can you pass him a microphone? When we went and had that. Do you drink coffee?
I don't.
You don't? Well, tell us about that night.
We went to Central Park and they said we're going to deliver coffee and bread, and there was no agenda to spread the word, but it was just for people to come, get a cup of coffee, get some bread, and listen to some of our songs we were singing. And we split up into a couple groups, and my group was me, David, my mom, Esther, and Tony was one of our interpreters. Every group had one. And he'd go around and he knew the buddies that he'd always ask, and even me and David got a chance to ask him in Spanish, do you want some bread and coffee? It's in the park. And so that was really neat. We all went there, and then when we were singing songs, there was people just sitting on the benches there and listening to us, and we had our Nathan, someone had a guitar, someone had the cajon.
Boombox.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Some of us Costa Ricans would be singing it in Spanish, and then we'd be singing it in English, and it'd sound basically the exact same, just in two different languages. And that was really neat.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was awesome. By the way, how do you spell the color mauve? Isn't it M-O-V-E? Is that what it is? Yeah, all right. Inside joke there. And then another thing that we did was we learned that Costa Rica, the town we were in is called Liberia. And we weren't planning to go there, but God directed us there by directing Nathaniel, Daniel's brother. Nathan. Daniel's brother, that Nathan guy. He directed us to Liberia, and that's where we were at. And they have a Walmart. And that was incredible to walk into Walmart. Jackson, tell me what we did in Walmart and why.
So basically, we had a budget of $25 each. We split up into our groups that we had for the coffee and bread in the park, and we went around looking for like beans, rice, and cooking oil, like a frozen chicken, and then some tuna for them. We got 6 bags of all the food, and when we got it, we brought it back to the van, and we all went around and delivered it in this like really rough neighborhood. And I mean, they were so happy to see us, but the way they were living was like insane. Like we probably couldn't even imagine. It was crazy. Like really poor.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And then we went to a school, and we had 400 kids in the morning and 400 kids in the afternoon, roughly, you know. And you guys did great. You sang some songs. Before you guys tell about it, though, I want you guys to sing a song. Can you do that?
Sure.
All right, let's try it. Which one do you want? They're both on the computer. It's going to be in Spanish. Railroad tracks? There's a Spanish song, and it sounds like they're singing No Railroad Tracks. But that's not what they're saying. Let's do that one. Let's do that one. All right, everybody up. Team up. All right. This is the one. Try one, and I'll tell you if it's the right one or not. That's it. A little louder. A little more. A little more volume in the monitor. other thing that they did is, at the school, which Andy and Aaron are going to tell us about in a second, but at the school they did 2 skits, and they also sang 2 other songs. But we're not going to make you sing those 2 other songs. And I won't even make you do one of those skits, but I really would like it. But that's all right. But Grady did write a skit in Spanish, and we did that at the Sunday school. So Grady, pass out those papers. We're going to do it real quick in Spanish.
We got one.
We got one, so everybody pass it around. You know your lines. Refresh yourself real quick if you have to there.
I'm going to apologize right now. I may not remember how to say like any of this.
He's just going to turn up the area mics real loud. Turn up that's really loud. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so this one here too, and that one, and we'll see if we can pick you guys up. So speak loud and have fun.
Oh, wait.
Oh, the gist of it is, what's the verse at the end you're going to quote? John 4:14. It's about water. Go for it.
No? Okay, we'll make it up as we go. Okay, agua, necesito agua, Grady, tiene agua.
Tengo vinagre, ¿lo quieres?
I don't remember. No, gracias, que asco, espera, Lucas, where'd you go?
Hola, Savannah. Tengo café caliente. Me encanta el café.
No, eso es peor. Esther.
Mis socios están vacíos, no tengo nada.
Oh, wait, llénale. Espera, aquí está Jack. Jack, tiene algo.
Creo que David tiene un poco de agua.
David, tiene agua.
Pues de hecho sí tengo agua, Savannah, pero no calmará tu sed para siempre.
¿Qué quiere decir David?
Juan 4:40 dice, pero el que beba del agua que yo le daré no tendrá sed jamás, sino que el agua que yo le daré se convertirá en una fuente de agua que brota para vida eterna.
Thank you. If you drink of this water, you'll thirst again. But if you drink of the water that I give you, you'll never thirst, Jesus said. So that was Grady wrote that script. Awesome. And they did it. You can sit. You can sit. You can sit. You can sit. Now, here's the rule. I said if we finished by 11, before 11, that they would have to do the other skit. So if you can tell your part about this school in less than 3 minutes, then they will have to do the other skit. All right? So it's up to you. You're the deciding factor here. So tell us about the school.
All right. So as you mentioned, we went into a school, and Aaron's going to talk about what we actually did there here in a minute. But the thing that stands out to me is the more I think about it, the more amazing it is that we even went to the school. Because when we started planning the trip, we weren't going to Liberia, or Liberia, as they say in Costa Rica. We were going to a different town, and we had different plans. But it changed. And Nathan and Ellie, they weren't in Liberia the week before. They weren't even there yet when we left Detroit. They met us at the airport with their suitcase, and they were moving when we got there. And so that was amazing in itself. But then the group that we stayed with also had been trying to get into some of the local schools and hadn't been able to get in yet. But Monday morning, they got a call, said, hey, we're having this religion week, or something they called it, and we want your group to come and present and be part of it. And so that door was open for us while we were there. And so then the group put together some stuff, and that was pretty amazing. And Aaron's going to talk about what we actually did there.
Okay, so the school is divided. The elementary kids were in the morning.
There you go.
The elementary kids were in the morning. They have half-day school, which would be awesome if we did that. Just saying. And then in the afternoons, the older kids went in the afternoon, and so we went in the morning, and our kids, like Pastor said, there were 400 or so kids in the morning, and then our youth presented a couple skits that they learned the day before. The Costa Rican YWAM group taught our group a couple skits, so they performed those, and then we sang some songs. There were other groups and other students from the student body that came and sang and presented and danced. That was awesome to see. It was all outdoors. And then then we went back to the base, had lunch. Then we came back in the afternoon for the older kids. And same thing, we went through. But I guess what stood out the most was this was a public school, and we were able to share the gospel and share the songs. But then when the YWAM, two guys from our group shared their testimony and then prayed with the student body. And when the student body stood up and they prayed, that was amazing. So the 400 kids and the teachers, that was awesome. That doesn't happen here. So
It doesn't.
That was amazing.
Thank you. Now, I'll let you off the hook if you want, because we haven't showed the slides yet, and those are 3 minutes long. So we're gonna do the slides, and then you guys can discuss whether you want to do the skit or whether you want to get out of it. You want to do the skit? Sure. All right, we'll do the skit. Want to do the skit first, and then we'll do the slides after?
No.
Okay.
We're doing the slides first.
We're doing the slides first. All right. Could you run that video? I don't know if you've seen all of these or not. I don't think everybody's seen all of these. A little more volume. Well, you don't have to volume, but another. Very mountainous. I wasn't expecting that. The Pacific Ocean. I wasn't expecting to see that. Sunday morning. This was Sunday school, junior church. Coffee and bread in the park. Professional painters. Pool. How did you get that job? .400 kids, that's what it looks like. Yes, I jumped. Awesome. All right, this next skit we're going to do real quick. It's called Kaplink. Kaplink. It's Kaplink.
Without the K.
There's no K and there's no G. I know I is, so I get to name it the way I is. Kaplink. All right, yep, area. All right, so this is all right. I can't use these. Yeah, those. Maybe I'll use those. Use these. All right. I is the mad scientist. What's my name? I forgot my name. What is my name? Just the mad scientist. Okay, whatever. My name is. All right, and I have made this machine, and this is a wonderful machine. This is a machine, and we do this all around the world. We've done this in Costa Rica. We've done this in Liberia. We've done this all over the world. And this machine here can make anything. It's a wonderful machine, and we have several very important parts. Each part is so important, and this is my. What did I call this machine? I forget what I called this. This is my igniter. This is my igniter, and this is what the igniter does. Good. This is my suspension. Exhaust. This is my exhaust. All right. Now what am I doing here? I'm going to go. No. Oh. All right. We'll try this again. Mr. Machine. Now when I do this, I want you to tell me what it sounds like. And this is my motor. I like motors. Motors are so wonderful. Motor. Show me how it works. Motor. Ah, yes, my motor. This is my favorite. It is my.
Coupling.
It is my.
Coupling.
It is my.
Coupling.
Oh, I like coupling. Now, without all of you, this would never work. But this is my finisher. This finish. This puts it all together. This makes everything make sense. So, tell me how this works.
Glove.
Now you know what my machine is like, and my machine can make anything. Tell me, what would you like me to make? A fish. All right, a fish. All right, let's make a fish. Are we ready? 1, 2. What kind of fish? Is this a puffer fish? It's a puffer fish. Puffer fish it is. You ready? Go! Whoa, yeah! All right! Woo! Can you imagine doing this in front of 400 kids in Costa Rica? We had so much fun! Yes! Mr. Hamel, what would you like me to make next?
A kitty cat.
A kitty cat! Are we ready? Here's a kitty cat. Go! Oh, it works so wonderful! Oh, I have a phone call. I must take this phone call real quick. Mr. President, yes, my machine is for sale, and it's working so wonderful. Yes, Mr. President, it will work. I know it will.
Dude, Blink, you are actually stupid. Get out of here.
Go.
Oh, yes, and I will be sure to make sure that it is packaged up so well and nothing damaged, and it will get to your house in the White House. Yes, Yes, Mr. President. Oh, I'm so excited. The president's going to buy my machine. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay. Now, we should try just one more time just to make sure that it's all working well. It's all working. What would you like to, what do you think we should make?
Puppy dog.
A puppy dog. A puppy dog. You know, a puppy dog doesn't have exhaust. But maybe it does. Maybe it really does. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. All right, so let's see if this puppy dog works. All right, let's go. Puppy dog! All right, puppy dog! Yes, puppy dog! Puppy. Wow! 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 Stop! 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 Machine, stop! What happened to my machine? What happened to my machine? What happened to my machine? Something is wrong with my machine. Let me see, there is motor, where's Kaplink? Where's Kaplink? Kaplink! Kaplink! What happened, Kaplink? Why are you over here?
Coupling. Coupling.
Kaplink, you sound so sad.
Coupling.
What happened, Kaplink? Kaplink was not part of the machine. Oh no. Oh no, Kaplink, come back. Come back. I need you in my machine. I need you in my machine. Come. Get into place, motor. Get into place, motor. Get into place. Wow. Sometimes when the littlest things are out of place, this Kaplink might seem like a small part. But he's not. And sometimes God makes some small things and you might feel like a small person. And you're not really don't have a part. And God made a mistake maybe even making you. But he didn't. The smallest thing is important. And God knows why he made each of us. And he put us here and he put us in this place. And God has made you and given you a place in his kingdom, a place for service to him. And when we realize that there are no small pieces, there are no mistakes, God's machine works. Let's see if we can make a puppy dog. Is it puppy dog we're going for? What we're going for? Puppy dog? Let's see if the puppy dog works this time. All right, puppy dog. Puppy. How big is this puppy dog? This is a monster puppy dog. Go! Down, boy! Down! 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 Down, boy! Down! 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 We had a lot of fun in Costa Rica. But everything we did was to show people that God does love them. God has made each of us. There are no rejects. And we've met with some people who had pretty rough lives and pretty sore backgrounds, physical limitations. God doesn't make mistakes. And he's brought us back here to tell you that. Let's pray. Father, thank you so much for this group of teens and adults that was willing to take this long trip to show your love and to learn of your love. And I pray that we have learned how much you love us. And that the love that you have for each one of us, each one here, is more than we could measure. Thank you, Father, that you don't make any mistakes. But you've brought us here today so that we can learn of you together. We can grow. Thank you, Father, that Isaiah learned about you. As Isaiah learned that you're a holy God, but you're so focused on individuals. Each one of us is important to you. Thank you for that. Thank you for your word. I pray you just take the time we've had here now and just burn it into our hearts, the truths from your word, we ask in your name. Amen. I hope you're able to stay for Sunday school. We are going to have a VBS meeting real quick downstairs, so if you'd like to help out with that, please head down there.